time no see. Grad school has been a lot for me, and time, I don't know it. It's time that I finished my PhD and I got time. So today, actually a vlog back in 2023 from a 1 week summer program I attended at Purdue University called the Video Research Institute. So I flew into Indianapolis and then took a shuttle bus to Purdue campus. The program covered everything and I only had to pay for my travel to Purdue, which my home university LSU then reimbursed, so it's truly a win for my wallet. Checked into the dorm and immediately I had the welcome gifts, so of course we're gonna do a quick unboxing. But first thing first, a tiny room tour for y'all. So back in Saigon, Vietnam, I never lived in a dorm. I stayed with my parents. And in Singapore for exchange program, I only stay in the dorm for 1 semester. So being here gave me a little throwback moment to student life. And okay, this unboxing time. You see there's a lot of merchandise, shirts and cups and glasses, everything. My year was the very first cohort, which sounds fancy because it was. So about 20 of us were selected. And this is Purdue's mascot. Instead of an animal like most universities in the US, Purdue said no thanks and chose a polar maker. So basically a Victorian era train engine main, honestly iconic in its own industrial way. We walked around the campus for a bit, had dinner, met everyone, and then I went back to my room and started rearranging things to make it feel less like a stranger's room and more like my room. So most of the 5 days followed the same cycle. Eat, learn, eat, code, and sleep. So we ate in the dining halls like real undergrad students, which honestly made me feel 21 again. And quick fit check because it's parties. And this is the first day. The academic part was intense but fun. We learned how to computationally analyze big dataset of text, images, and videos. That means lots of coding in R and Python. In the evenings, we were free, so on the first night, I had a Taiwanese friend out for boba tea. A typical day was morning lectures, then afternoon coding sections where professor taught us what the codes mean and we work on our own projects. The curriculum covered computational analysis of text, images, audios, and video for each day. So basically all the things that make my laptop overheat. Another evening, the organizers took us to bowling and fed us pizzas. Bowling is apparently a classic community building, socializing activity in the US. So at one time, people are not going to bowling lanes anymore. It means they do not socialize as before. A classic book titled Bowling Alone discusses that phenomenon. Each of us had to bring a research idea and use what we learned to analyze it, then present on the final day. So basically a hackathon but stretched out over a week so you can panic at a slower, more human pace. on one afternoon, the program took us to a restaurant called Wax On. The funny part is originally from Baton Rouge, the city where I'm actually studying. So yes, I'm traveled all the way to Indiana to eat Louisiana food, but it's really good though. Then of course we got more bubble tea and went back to coding. At one point in the middle of working, the fire alarm went off. No fire, just chaos. Very on brand for the academic life. The people here were insanely good. Like the professor would explain something and everyone would just do it. Meanwhile, I was still typing a line of code. But it's okay. The night after the final day of presentation, they organized a very fancy dinner for us to recall and reflect all the things that we studied, we learned, we discussed. And we felt very warm at that point. On the last day, everyone presented their research, short and method focused, very show me the data. And on our final night, we all went to a Chinese food and wandered around campus and West Lafayette. Of course, we became closer on the last day. Then I headed back home. It was a very early flight, so I was very sleepy. Ate some food while waiting for the flights.
Whether or not, honestly, could be a little better. We're going to be dodging some
others. Oxygen is flowing even if the bag does not inflate.
And these are must-take videos on the planes. When I see the bridge, I know I'm in Baton Rouge. And that's the end of my week at Purdue. A little chaos, very nerdy, and honestly, one of the best academic detours I've taken. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode, which I don't know when, but bye-bye.